Hey, what is going on, guys? Sporty Clash here. Welcome back to another Clash of Clans video, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about something that is very new and what equipment should you use for the Royal Champion. Now, I will show my personal what I'm using right now, but I will also maybe talk about some insight on maybe like the Hog Riders one and stuff like that. So if you guys didn't know, the Royal Champion has two new equipments, which about time. I mean, she was the last one, and I'm really happy that she has some new equipment because, to be honest with you, I'm kind of getting tired of the old one. So as you can see, every single hero now has something new, which is really exciting, to be honest with you. It completely changes the game, so I'm really happy about that. But as you can see with my setup right now, I am using the classic Royal Gem as well as the new Haste Vial for the Royal Champion. My setup is this way because I focus mostly on DPS, damage per second, and I really enjoyed the Haste Vial because it attacks faster during the entire attack. Not just when you have the hero boost, but the active ability, the attack speed increases, and that is something that I really focus on. Now, let's break everything down. Now, I do know my equipment is not maxed out, okay? I am going to actually max out I'm going to get as close as possible with the Haste Vial here because that is definitely one of my favorites. But unfortunately, I am not one of those YouTubers just yet who can max out things just like that. So bear with me here for a little bit, and that's what we're growing kind of to do, to be able to provide those content for you. So let's do what we have and kind of max out this Haste Vial because that is one of my mains right now. And we're not going to get too far, it seems like, but we got pretty far, I guess you could say. Level 8 with the Haste Vial, so very close to the Royal Gem. But okay, so why I use the Haste Vial is because, as you can see here, with the active ability, I have the 80% attack speed increase during the entire, or not during the entire event, but sorry, that is just for when you actually apply it. But the hero boost is a 10% attack speed the entire time, so that is 10% over, which is really nice. So that is why I use the Haste Vial. But the Royal Gem as well is the classic one. You guys know that one. Heal, that's like mostly the thing of why people use it so much, is because the healing effect. That's why I still keep it on. It's really nice to use that ability, and my Royal Champion completely goes up to max health. Super helpful. So I do have to increase that one a little bit. But as you can see, the hero boost, the DPS increase is by 90, which is also really good. Now let's get into another classic one, which is the Seeking Shield. This was a classic, and this is something that we all know by the Royal Champion, and it is still a really good attack. Like, as in, it is a really good equipment. But the thing that I don't like about it, and the thing that I like the Haste Vial a little bit better, is that it's not just on 4 targets. That's what I like. So as you can see, yes, it does 2,250 damage at level 15, but it only does that to 4 buildings, to 4 defenses, which is just really helps out in clearing out. But it also really just, that Haste Vial speeds things up as quick as possible, just as quickly as the Seeking Shield, in my opinion. So that's why I kind of strayed away from the Seeking Shield. Now, don't get me wrong, it is still an amazing way to use the equipment on the Royal Champion because, it clears out. Let's say you're getting targeted by a single target Inferno, and you use that Seeking Shield, and it takes it out because it does 2,250 damage. So really, at the end of the day, it really depends on what type of strategy you're doing. For my strategy specifically, which is just, I hate to say this, a spam attack, but the strategy that I use is specifically why I like the Haste Vial, because the Seeking Shield is great, but when I am attacking, I want that Royal Champion alive for a little bit longer and at double the damage and double the speed of the attack. So that's why I personally use it. And then lastly, it is the brand new Hog Rider Puppet. Now, I haven't given this one too much of a chance, but this seems like a little bit like the Archer Puppet. Clearly, it's the same exact name. Thank you. Yes, I am aware of that. But what I mean by that is, not many people use the Archer Puppet because of how easily the archers die. So let's say you have a giant bomb and you use your ability. Granted, you're not going to be able to fully, use that ability when you want to, but the hogs could die pretty quickly depending on the situation. And that's something that I don't want to risk. Like, don't get me wrong, this Hog Rider puppet, I love the Hog Riders. I think they're one of the most phenomenal troops because they target defenses. I like that. That's why I love the World Champion so much. But with the Hog Rider puppet specifically, I'm just very worried that the Hog Riders would get taken out by a Wizard Tower or a Giant Bomb or something of that nature that I can't control. The one thing that I really like about the Hog Rider puppet, though, is the World Champion turns invisible for a second, which gives it a nice, like, push, as in like no defense is targeting the World Champion for those couple seconds. So as you can see here in the display here, the World Champion goes invisible and the Hogs tank for the World Champion. So at the end of the day, you're getting both Hog Riders and also your World Champion is kind of invisible. So, but me personally, again, it's just not worth the risk. If we go over to the Hog, or if we go over to the Archer puppet, I know the Archer puppet or the Archers have less DPS, or not DPS, less hit points, but like they could still get taken out by a Giant Bomb at any second. Now, again, I don't have the Hog Riders fully leveled up. As you can see, it's actually level 1, but still, I really like that haste vial a lot. And I'll show you a quick demonstration, if you guys would like me to, with the haste vial. That's just my personal opinion. You know, I know that it's not fully maxed out or anything like that, but I personally think that the best, like if you're going for DPS, I really think you should do the World Champion or the Royal Gem as well as the haste vial. But if you're looking for something like kind of like to distract or like have the Royal Champion stay alive for like a little bit longer, or not a little bit longer, but maybe like, yeah, a little bit longer, you want to do the Seeking Shield as well as the Hog Rider puppet, because I feel like those are pretty good. You get both the World Champion with the Hog Riders as well as the Seeking Shield taking out other defenses. I'm just really worried about those Hog Riders getting taken out pretty quickly. So yeah, my personal opinion, I think the Royal Gem as well as the haste vial is definitely the go-to. I haven't really tested out the Hog Riders too much yet, but from what I can tell, with a lot of videos as well as just watching this, I really just I don't know. Plus, also, at the end of the day, this entire video comes down to strategy. What strategy are you planning on doing here? Like, it really depends on exactly what you're doing. If you're trying to throw that Seeking Shield immediately and the Hog Riders go in, that's a good strat. I mean, it could work. Take out a couple of like air defenses or something like that. But at the end of the day, I really do think it depends on what type of strategy you use and what you're comfortable with. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. Again, I know I'm sorry that I am not, unfortunately, a high enough level to really showcase everything, but I thought this would be a pretty interesting video to make. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next episode.